Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a classic coding interview problem using JavaScript. This is part 1 of two-part series where we will solve the same challenge using two different approaches. First with nested loop and next time with a frequency counter pattern. Let's dive in and explore how the nested loop works, what it does well and where it falls short. Here I have a VS Code with two files, readme and app.js. The problem is we are giving two arrays and we need to write a function called same. The function should return true if every value in the first array has its corresponding squared value in the second array. But here is the catch. The frequency must also match. That means if a number appears twice in the first array, its square must appear twice in the second array as well. For example, for this example, it's true because we have 1, 2, 3 and squares 1, 4 and 9. But in this example, second one, we have 1, 2, 1, but we found 4, 4 and 1. So, second example, number 1 appears twice in the first array, but it appears one time in the second array. To solve this problem, we will define a function called same, which will take two parameters, two arrays, and after that we will follow these steps to solve it. So here in the app.js, I wrote the steps to solve the problem. So first we will define the function called same. This is an arrow function. Take two parameters, array1 and array2, and we will start our step 1. Step 1, we will begin. Step 1, we will check if both arrays are equal length. If not, they have not corresponding squared value, so we will return false immediately. So we will use if condition if array1 dot length is not equal to array2 dot length, then we will return false. And I will add a comment here, step 1. So for step 2, we will loop over each element in array 1. So here we will use for loop for let I equal 0, I less than array1 dot length I plus plus, and inside the loop we'll start our step 3. For step 3, for the current value in array 1, we need to know if there is square value in the array 2. So we will use index of to check if that square value exists in the array 2 or not. Index of usually returns the first index where the value appears, or if there is no value, it will return -1. So here I will define a variable, call it correct index. So let correct index. This variable will equal array2 dot index of array 1I, as we will iterate over all the items in the array 1 and we will square it. So here I will comment right step 3, and now we will start step 4. Step 4, if the squared value is not found in the array 2, so we will return false. This means there is no match for the current value in the array 1. So we will write an if condition. So if correct index, this one, the value we made the variable for, if correct index is equal to -1, which means that it's not found by using index of, so we will return false and the loop will stop. If it's not negative, so we will start step 5, which is if there is a match found, we will remove the item from array 2 using splice. Why we will use splice? To prevent duplicate values from being incorrectly matched multiple times. So if we found the items, what we will use, we will make array 2 dot splice, and splice will take two parameter. First one, the correct index, and 1, which this one will remove the item we will found, so there is no duplication happen. For step 6, if all values pass the check, return true, meaning every value in the array 1 had squared match in array 2 with correct frequency. So after the loop, for loop ends and check all the values, we didn't get any false, so we will here return true. This means that we found the square for every number in array 1, we found the corresponding square in the array 2. In the readme you can find test cases. I will take these 3 examples to test them. Control C, and I will save it. To run this one in terminal, you can open the terminal and write node app.js to run the JavaScript file, and when you run it, so we found the true, false, false, as in first example here, we found 1, 2, 3, and 2, we have it 4, 1 squared 1, and 3 squared 9. Second one, there is no 2 here, there is no corresponding 4, so it will give us false. And the third one also, there is no square, it's the same array, so it's after testing, now we can find that our solution is working. We can close the terminal and discuss the solution together. What is the purpose of using nested loop? It's simple, easy to understand, doesn't require any extra space, and it's very great for small inputs or one-off checks. But we have also cons. What is the problems? The major downside is performance. Why? Because we are using index of inside a loop, which will make the complexity of O n square in the worst case. Also, splice will cost us to re-index the array every time we remove an item. As a result, solution doesn't scale well for larger database. So, while this method gets the job done, it's not the most efficient choice. That's why in the next video I will show you how we can make this function much faster and more scalable using a pattern called the frequency counter. So if you are serious about optimizing your code, definitely check out part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you and happy coding.